All right, welcome back. Talking about the Pirates, it's not good right now. 2 wins, 7 losses. Worst record in baseball, worst offense by far in baseball. Rich, these problems don't go away. And quite frankly, today, fundamentally, we saw breakdown after breakdown. I want to start with sending Stallings home in the 10th inning on a hit by Josh Bell, because obviously the guy's not fast. Joey Cora has this way of just showing you green light after green light. Talk about that and just the overall Pirates and where they are. Joey
Cora. They got to do anything. I'm not sure if this whole if the management is really interested in winning right now. I'm starting to question it. I know the players want to win. You always want to win no matter where you are. But the management, they might be better off losing. And this is why I have Bucko fever right now. Kumar Rocker. He's the #1 pick. He's going to be the #1 guy going this year. The Pirates are right there in the driver's seat to get him. A right-handed pitcher, he can maybe change his organization around.
Wow, going all conspiracy theory there, Rich. I like it. You know, as for today, you mentioned it. They're not hitting. They don't get a lot of hits. So when they get a hit in extra innings, they're going to send a guy because they don't think they're going to get another one. I don't put that as much on Cora as I do the makeup of this team. And let's be real. They wouldn't say it because the owner won't allow it because he's afraid they wouldn't buy the start of this year. But they were rebuilding. I mean, it was obvious. They didn't sign anybody. They were going to rebuild. And then all of a sudden, all this hit. And then there were 16 teams in the postseason. And unfortunately, it worked out that way for the Pirates because if they would have had some more talent, maybe they could compete and have an opportunity to get in the playoffs. But then you lose Chris Archer. Then Mitch Keller goes down. Then Kella goes down. Then Crick goes down. Feliz goes down. Cool leaves the game.
I mean,
they've got all these injuries. And they're not deep to begin with. No. I mean, they had to have all these things go right, and they didn't. So bottom line is they don't have a lot of talent. I mean, talent-wise, they're one of the worst 3 or 4 teams in the league.
Rich, let's talk about COVID now, because it looks like baseball is going through this stretch where the Marlins may be eliminated, for all we know. The way they're going, they have the most tests. Cardinals now, we've seen cancellations. Baseball's used to postponements. They can do it because they've done it with rain delays. This is different. What's your take on whether or not they get through the season?
I think they get through the season. Manfred sent out a warning, you know, maybe get your act together, pay attention more, let's try to quarantine more and play. I don't think they're close to shutting down the season yet. That's just me being optimistic right now. You would think, right, guys, you would think that the league and the Players Association had to have a plan in place. They knew that something like this was going to happen. You might have an outbreak of 10 guys get it. They had to have known this potentially could happen. They're still playing, which is a good sign. Maybe they'll make up these games. I think we keep moving on, and maybe things turn around for the better here in the next few weeks.
This goes back to the selfishness earlier where they wanted to sleep in their beds. They wanted to have their advertisements on the outfield and throughout the stadium so they could play at home. The bubble is the right idea. These guys go home. You don't know where they're at. You don't know what restaurant or what takeout or any of this stuff that they might end up with, and you have these problems. I hope they get through a season. But think about this for a second, and the Pirates might be an ideal team for this scenario. You go through all the protocols. You get into September, and you're out of it. You've got no chance. Why would you still follow the protocols? You know, if you're frustrated and you're in Chicago and you know this great restaurant and it's open,
because you have a responsibility.
We're out of it anyhow.
Yeah, you have a responsibility.
But I'm just telling you, yes, and that's true. Marlins had responsibility. They didn't follow it. Whatever happened with St. Louis, somebody didn't follow it. So those teams that are out of it, what's their incentive to stay in the bubble? And I think that's where September might be an issue. And I don't know if you can find these guys, find the teams. I don't know what you can do. But I think that's going to be a problem as we head in the middle of September.
You know what, guys? We were all in our early 20s. You know that this is going to happen. You think you're on top of the world, that you're indestructible, right?
And you got money.
And you have a lot of money there. So, I mean, I do blame these guys, and they need someone in their corner to tell them not to do this. But I see why, because they're just young kids. We were all there.
But when you have a lot of money at the line, and as Mike Tomlin said, one fail, all fail, you got to have that thing. And we have to go to the smooth move, so we'll end that conversation. We have more coming up later in this program. We're going to talk about the NFL next and some of the stuff they're dealing with. But right now, we're going to go round the horn for this week's Smooth Moves, brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you're going to find anywhere. You know them. It's Armina Stone. All right, Rich, your Smooth Move of the week.
My smooth move goes to your nephew. Brock Pompeani, a 61 at Lindenwood from the back tees. That is amazing. Shot 29 on the back. Unbelievable.
He doesn't get it from me,
score.
I can tell you that, but that's a good smooth move, Rich. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Thank you. Jeff.
Wow, 61. I'm staying with the golf theme here. Katie James won her second straight WPGA Women's Amateur. She shot 67 at Green Oaks, which is 6 under, and she bogeyed the last 2 holes.
Oh.
Think about that. She was 8 under through 16. So congratulations and good luck at SMU.
What is she doing next week? And I have a tournament. I need someone to play. Rich, I would normally invite you, but man, 67 with 2 bogeys? Come on.
I got to work.
Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you're going to find anywhere. Check them out at Armina Stone. We'll come back with Steeler Talk next.